Nebraska is the perfect place for the NFL's next franchise. In fact, I believe that a stadium in Nebraska would have record turnout year after year. Little known fact about Nebraska, there's absolutely nothing there. There is nothing in that state. If you plop down an NFL stadium in the middle of Nebraska, people would come from near and far. Every inch of that state would be a fan of the program. I know this from experience. I got to go to a West Virginia game. You know what's in West Virginia? Nothing. Every man, woman, child, dog, cat, pansexual in that state loves the Mountaineers. And I think Nebraska would do the same. I recently brought an NFL franchise to Oklahoma, so it's only right that we go for Nebraska next. There's just one problem. We can't simply add an NFL franchise. It would ruin all the divisions. So we have to replace a current NFL team. So to place an NFL team in Nebraska, we will be replacing whatever this wheel lands on right now. Broncos, Niners, the Seahawks. I'm sorry, Seattle. It's not Sam Darnold Cooper Cup season, apparently. Now, this would also be no fun if it was just a Seahawks rebuild in Nebraska. So we're gonna reset the entire NFL with a fantasy draft. The #1 baby name in Nebraska is Oliver, which is awesome because there's just so many jokes. Head coach Oliver Cucci. No, stop it. All right. We're just Oliver Bush. Head number 9 is biblically accurate Nebraskan. I feel like that guy could shuck corn and, I don't know, love God, have a nice family. I don't know what people in Nebraska do. I really don't. Oliver Bush is the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, and he's got plans to relocate. But first, the fantasy draft. Oh my God. Wait, we got round 1, pick 2. First quarterback off the board goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's Lamar Jackson. I can't have a say in this. That's no fun. The brand new Seattle Seahawks. I feel like they take Mahomes, right? Who's the round 1, pick 2? It's gotta be Mahomes. The new look Seahawks are an 86 overall, 89 offense, 84 defense. Let me see this roster. I'm actually really excited. Who'd they take round 1, pick 2? It's gotta be Mahomes, right? Oh my God. All right, it's not Mahomes, but dude, this is a biblically accurate Cincinnati Bengals team. We've got Joe Burrow. We probably grossly overpaid Mike Evans and AJ Brown, and we have no defense. If I had to guess, what do you know? Oh my God, we're just the Bengals. Oh, I actually don't like this, but that's the beauty of the fantasy draft. Okay, offensive line, actually pretty solid. Guard center could use some work. We got Dallas Goedert. Love Dallas Goedert. AJ Brown's got a lot of good years left. I'm pretty sure Mike Evans regresses almost instantly in this game. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should, because I think Mike Evans can still play football at a very high level, but in Madden, if you're over the age of 29, you just start to regress. So pretty exciting to get Joe Burrow, though. Joe Burrow, 27 years old. He's a 96 overall superstar X Factor. He's going to be super good. He's got insane abilities. He'll continue to progress into a 99 overall. Then right around the age 30, he'll go down. But that gives us like 6 or 7 years. Not having to draft a quarterback is kind of crazy. I usually have to like have an awesome quarterback come out of the 1st or 2nd round. You know, Travis Etienne, 82 overall superstar. He can blossom into an incredible running back too. He's already solid superstar, makes him progress really well. And then, I mean, we know AJ Brown. We've got a very like middle-aged team. 25, 27, 27. Not a ton of young guys. Like I'm looking for 22-year-olds, you know? Yeah, we got a lot of work to do on defense. Free safety could use some help. I do like Grant Delpit. I don't like Bradbury. Christian Benford, Kenny Moore. I like our corners. And then we got Javon Hargrave, Sam Hubbard, Dante Fowler Jr. Got Bryce Huff too. I actually do really like Bryce Huff. He progresses super well. I'm gonna start Bryce Huff. He's our kicker. We got Chris Boswell, #1 kicker in fantasy last year, Chris Boswell. All right, I don't think it'd be fair to just kick this off, start trading everyone away. I'm gonna go at least 1 season with the team that we were given, and then we can start to make some changes and really build this into a dynasty. Obviously, this video doesn't end until I win a Super Bowl, if not multiple. But the first thing we gotta do is we gotta get over to Nebraska. Seattle, Washington, Lumen Field is 22 years old, and it's just gonna be a glorified concert venue now because we're leaving. Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha was the gateway to the West for pioneers and could be your gateway to glory. That is the corniest way. That's how you know there's nothing over over there. They're telling me it was the gateway to the West? This isn't the 1600s, buddy. Although the irony here is, for my Oklahoma rebuild, we were the pioneers. We can't be the pioneers. What's Nebraska gonna be? The antlers? The armadillos? Iconic Nebraska animals include the American bison, white-tailed deer, sandhill cranes, and pronghorn antelopes. So the antlers wouldn't be the worst idea. The bisons wouldn't be the worst idea. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, the lumberjacks just makes so much sense to me, but I'm still gonna look at some other things. I think I gotta use the redwoods for like a California team, maybe an Oregon team. Can't use that. I'm gonna use the river hogs for the team that I base after your mother. The Lumberjacks is just screaming to me. The Nebraska Lumberjacks, the Omaha Lumberjacks. You're telling me there's not a bunch of big burly white boys in Nebraska? You're lying. I'm going with the Lumberjacks. Also, if you relocate to Nebraska and you choose a futuristic stadium, you just don't get it. You don't understand the culture, dude. Nebraska is 100% like, I want to rebuild Neyland Stadium. I want a big, loud college football environment stadium for my pro team. It's only going to cost me 0.71 bill. These are classic Twitter interactions here. Hardcore Jacks. Hardcore Jacks. This guy's a hardcore jacker. What can I say? He's definitely ranked. The Omaha Lumberjacks. I gotta see our star quarterback. How many of you are buying a Joe Burrow Lumberjacks jersey? Dude, you can't look me dead in my face. Tell me that doesn't go hard. And the color combo is so perfect. Like the Lumberjacks got the red face and you got the wood, like the wood pants and the red, like just makes so much sense. All right, I'm doing a lot of yapping. We gotta set this team up for success and get after this regular season. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. We basically drafted the Cincinnati Bengals somehow. We have like superstar offensive power and a very mediocre defense. We have two insanely good wide receivers, and we have Joe Burrow. We have to run Cincinnati offense. Cincinnati's offense is a multiple zone run scheme, which we're already scheme fit for, which makes a lot of sense based on how that team was built. Defensively, I don't like Seattle so much. I'm gonna run Pittsburgh's 3-4. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Our scheme fit on 3-4 Storm is 95%. To be honest, I've done so many rebuilds. I don't know how much the scheme fit matters. I really don't. I guess we're gonna find out. Damn. Mid-season year one, the Lumberjacks are cooking. We're 6-1 at midseason. We are killing it right now. Taking on the Buffalo Bills. We're at home in Omaha. We're first in the league defensively. Our rushing yards are 7th. Our passing yards are 3rd. We put up the 2nd most points in the league. Joe Burrow is 3rd in passing yards in the league, and we don't rank in any other statistical category right now. Wow, this team's nasty. We were also given a trade offer for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Gonna be 100% honest. I didn't even see him on our roster. They want to give me an old, washed-up Taysom Hill, a 6th and a 7. You know what, New York? I'll happily fleece you, buddy. A wide receiver I'm not using for a 6th and 7th rounder. Even in simulation, the New York Giants are actively selling. I respect that. It's very immersive. That looks so clean. That looks so clean. All right, the entire state of Nebraska is in attendance right now for Mike Evans to pick up a good 8. How sick would that be if there was like a doomsday event in the NFL? I don't know what kind of event that would be, but what if the whole NFL really did have to restart and everybody just got relocated? It would go bonkers. Jennings is going to pick up a solid 13, 14. We got a superstar running back who's 25 years old. He's got a lot of potential to grow on this team, and he's got some room on the edge. And the Bills don't grab him till after 20 yards. I think Mike Evans' single coverage would be the greatest thing we could ask for right now. It was not single coverage. I think it was zone. But we get a 1st and goal anyway. Dude, A.J. Brown on one side, Mike Evans on the other side is just gross. Joe Burrow's gonna step up. Can you truck Joe Burrow? I'm so psycho. What am I doing? All right, we're gonna go a little decoy motion on Dallas Goedert. And we're gonna let Travis Etienne punch in a little Lumberjacks touchdown here. Chop wood! Chop. You know they do some shit like that in the stadium, right? They're like, chop! Chop! All right, play a little defense too. Now, this is where things get really spicy. Look at that, dude. 3 X factors on offense. Not a single ability on defense, and that double move just got me so bad. Oh my God. I just got dusted by the computer. I went to go pick off a hitch that wasn't a hitch. He literally hit me with the spot and go. The Bills have Jalen Carter, Quinnen Williams, and Sauce Gardner. They went out and built the Jets. Pretty good news for us, actually, because the Jets are ass. All right, Jennings. We take those. Sorry, I don't know why Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner just caught a stray, because those guys are like the best players on the Jets, but you know what I'm saying. We're gonna take the easy check down to Travis Etienne, who's getting a lot of work today. 30 seconds on this clock. A whole bunch just milked off. I keep forgetting they do that in Madden. Need a big one, AJ. Big catch. Need the timeout. First and goal from the 9. 2 yards to go. 2 more timeouts. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a Travis Etienne game. Come on now, Lumberjacks. Etienne, punch this in. Punch this in! Cha! 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 The Omaha Lumberjacks back on top. I don't think I have to take back over. That's all she wrote. Oliver Bush and the Lumberjacks off to a 7-1 start. I'm gonna be honest though, our team's doing so well right now because that fantasy draft, we were not thinking about the future. They basically selected a bunch of players that was like, let's win right now, but let's give up some of our future talent. So I'm nervous if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, next year. I mean, Mike Evans is going to be down to like an 80 overall. AJ Brown's going to be right on the cusp. Joe Burrow's going to be on the cusp. Let's see how we do in the playoffs this year, and then we can make a decision with how we're going to move forward with this team. But hey, 7-1 right now is a beautiful thing. Oh my God. I don't know that I've ever had a first season go this well. We're 15-2. Take a look at our season stats. My goodness, we had to have like almost won an award or won an award. Joe Burrow, 4,600 yards, 46-8 for the Lumberjacks. Travis Etienne just barely eclipsed 1,000, 10 touchdowns as well. Oh my God, this is why you run Bengals offense. Look at this shit. AJ Brown, Jawan Jennings, Mike Evans all had nuclear seasons, with Jawan Jennings outperforming both of them. Oh my goodness. Jawan Jennings with 17 touchdowns and 1,200 yards. He must have been slot wide receiver. That's crazy. Usu Karamoa got our most tackles. Next up was Edgerrin Cooper. Okay, Edgerrin Cooper, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, 91 tackles, defensive rookie of the year, potentially. I think he's got a shot at it with a stat line like that. 9.5 sacks out of Van Ginkel, 7.5 out of Hargrave, and 7 out of Sam Hubbard. Yeah, I think that's got to be a focal point for this upcoming draft. I want like a young elite pass rusher. For sure. Is Joe Burrow gonna get MVP for this? Let's take a look at the whole league. All right, entire NFL. Dak threw for more with the Falcons, but dude, Dak's 35 for 9. I think Joe Burrow might get MVP. This will be one of my first ever like rebuilds where I actually win MVP. I swear I never win MVP. I can get the Super Bowl, but MVP always eludes me. Interestingly enough, I've never seen this. Patrick Mahomes is not in the running anywhere. There he is. This just kind of goes to show you how like playbook dependent Madden is sometimes. Patrick Mahomes on the Raiders threw 23 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He's not even in the top 20 of quarterbacks. He's not even in the top 30. Actually, he's one of the worst performing starting quarterbacks in the entire league. Mahomes just got dunked on by Justin Fields. Just kidding. Justin Fields threw 25 interceptions. Michael Penix Jr. with the most interceptions in the league, followed up by Justin Fields, then Jameis Winston. This is actually quite biblically accurate. I'm impressed with this. Saquon Barkley had 20 rushing touchdowns on the Patriots. He completely dominated the league at the running back position. That's really cool. Most passing yards in the league? Ladd McConkey on the Colts. Not to mention, he also had the most touchdowns. He wants to be Cooper Kupp so bad. Sorry, lad, you'll never be black. 16.5 sacks out of Micah Parsons on the Ravens. 6 interceptions out of Gilmore on the Bills. Now it's time for the playoffs. We already have a bye, which is crazy. Our very first game is the divisional against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna sim through this. This should be a freebie, and then we can watch the NFC Championship game. Why every time I say it's a freebie? I just lost to the Dallas Cowboys in the first round. The 6th seed Dallas Cowboys just beat us 24-27. They scored 10 points in the 4th quarter to win by 3. Joe Burrow did not throw an interception, and Caleb Williams did. So how on earth did we lose this game? Etienne had a really good game. Davis Price fumbled. Rico Dowdle fumbled. Mims had 111. Mike Evans had a touchdown. Wow, I'm shocked that we lost this game. I don't really understand how we did. All right, congratulations. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I'm sitting here talking shit about Patrick Mahomes on the Raiders. They just won the Super Bowl. That's so annoying. Lamar Jackson on the Eagles just lost the Super Bowl to the Patrick Mahomes Raiders. Although Super Bowl MVP was Denzel Ward. Ladd McConkey wins Offensive Player of the Year. Micah defensive. Offensive Rookie is Ladd. And defensive rookie is Peyton Wilson. Dang. You know, for having such a great record, this season really didn't pan out. A first-round exit and no Defensive Rookie of the Year. Keep in mind, there's no off-season in the first year of a fantasy draft. I mean, there literally is, but it's completely useless because everybody has just signed a contract. So we head straight to the draft in year 1. In the 2025 NFL draft, we have round 1 pick 28. Also, the next rebuild build I do. I think I'm going to import a draft class so that we have like the Travis Hunters, etc. in the upcoming class. I think that'd be really cool. But for now, we're still auto-generated. I want an edge rusher. I don't know that there's going to be one available. I also could take free safety, and it appears like there's a lot of safety still on the board. I really need a free safety. Let's take a look at the physicals. Those usually give a good idea of what kind of caliber player we're looking at. You know, I think this might be a reach, but I kind of like this guy. He's 6'3", 215, free safety, Bobby Hayward. Physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits. He's got elite strength and great acceleration, so he's super physical, but his outright speed can't be that good. It's only at decent. So I'm thinking if he's like 89 speed, I think he'll still be really good. I just gotta hope that he's hidden depth. This team really needs a free safety though, so I'm happy to take this in the first round. Bobby Hayward's B- in true value, which is not good. Oh, you're slow. Son, you're slow. He's an Oregon State run support safety. He's hidden dev. We just gotta pray that he gets some like speed upgrades as he progresses. He is hidden dev though. Also, speed does not matter so much in sim. In online head-to-head, yes, if you have Tyreek Hill, people will abuse it, but like the computer doesn't do that nearly as much, so it's not the end of the world. I like Bobby Hayward. I'm pretty excited about that actually. Okay, normally I would never even consider this, but we scouted Anthony Westbrook. He's a top 5 QB talent. Oh, I hate this. I gotta take the best player available. This has never done me wrong. I'm sorry, this has never done me wrong. I know we have Joe Burrow. Anthony Westbrook, elite in speed, jumping, change of direction, great excel, great agility. He's fast as shit. He might even be, no, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, he's a C, so his overall isn't good, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for his speed stat. I kind of was thinking he'd be like 99. 91 speed, 88 excel is crazy for a quarterback though. And he's hidden depth, so he's got good trade value for sure. I think we'll be able to flip him into some serious talent. Dude, how do you not take a corner whose last name is Bags? Brandon Bags? Hell yeah, he does. Not to mention he's got great speed, elite change of direction in the 3rd round. That's a god tier corner name. Brandon Bags. Well, he doesn't get me a hidden depth, but he is 93 speed, 90 excel. All right, I'm gonna let the CPU take over for me. I think I gotta make a trade. I think I gotta move Mike Evans. All right, the big one, the draft recap. Bobby Hayward's a 73 overall. Nice pickup, late 1st round. Westbrook's a 70. Brandon Bags is a 71, and the CPU got me some decent players down here later. Take a look at the whole league. The best player in this class was 82 overall Kendrick Wilson, a running back who went to the Detroit Lions. There's Brian Greenwood. So there's only 2 80+ overalls. After that, it's Ladarius Harvey, a corner. There was definitely more talent on the table that we could have drafted. Absolutely no doubt. But I got 2 hidden devs in my first 2 picks, so I can't be too mad about that. All right, well, the good news is even at the age of 32, Mike Evans is still a superstar X Factor. Sam Cosmi got a dev trade upgrade? Dude, I've almost never seen offensive linemen get a dev trade upgrade. How on earth did he do that? That's amazing. Okay, AJ Brown stays with this team. Joe Burrow stays with this team. Mike Evans has got to go. This is exactly who I want. I want Chop Robinson, but I think the Titans are going to need to give me more for Mike Evans. It's a done deal. Mike Evans, the lumberjack, is headed to Tennessee. They give up Chop Robinson, a 1st and a 2nd. So we're going to have 2 first-round picks in the upcoming draft. We get a young stud edge rusher. I still got to develop him. And then a 2nd-round pick in 2027. Mike Evans got out-received by Juwan Jennings. I'm very happy with this trade. Also, Taysom Hill is currently our center. Apparently, we don't have a center. I know that Taysom Hill is, an all-around guy, but I don't think he can play center. I'm going to start Bobby Hayward, even if he probably shouldn't this year. I'm going to get him as many reps as possible. Also, the CPU, Jamar Kramer, the Virginia rookie wide receiver. Apparently, this kid is a hidden dev. Doesn't look like he'd be. Kind of looks like a goofball. But don't judge a book by its cover. Dude, this team's gross. I kind of forgot like how insanely good it is to have a 99 overall quarterback early, because I never have one. We're 15-2 again. Can we shake off our playoff woes, though? Also, statistically, look who's in the top. Christian Benford, of all people. Almost led the league in interceptions, but Jalen Johnson had 7. He had 6. Take a look at stats once again. Joe Burrow is 4th in the NFL in passing yards, 34-9 season. The leader, of course, is Bryce Young on the Chiefs. Duh. Then Dak Prescott, then Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, Stroud, Lawrence, Josh Allen. Rushing was not Saquon Barkley this season. In fact, he's hardly up here. It was all Bijan Robinson on the Raiders. 19 touchdowns as well. Aiden O'Connell on the Dolphins, 25 interceptions. Jordan Travis on the Giants, 24 interceptions. JJ McCarthy, 21. Levis, 20. Drake May, 20. Will Levis is the Pittsburgh Steelers. quarterback. The world is healing. Jacoby Myers led the league in yards, followed by Christian Kirk. If you accurately predicted that before I clicked over here, dude, it's time to go buy a lottery ticket. All right, defensively, Derek Brown, 20.5 sacks. That's crazy. And then we know 7 interceptions out of Jalen Johnson. Take a look back at our Lumberjacks. I want to know how our boys did. So Lumberjacks defense, Benford was just everywhere. It's everywhere, bro. Edgerrin Cooper with 116 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. He's going to be a threat, dude. He's going to be a menace. I'm really excited to see him continue. And we upped our sack numbers. Andrew Van Ginkel has been going off. 14 sacks. Sam Hubbard at 10.5. Chop Robinson, only 6.5. Definitely would have liked to see more out of him, but he's very young, so he's got time. All right, we're hosting the San Fran 49ers. We got to be able to get out of the divisional. For 15-2, 2 years in a row, I believe in our ability. Ooh, we get out of the divisional with a 10-7 close win. Now we're taking on the Eagles, who just went to the Super Bowl and are hoping to go back. Let's take a look at their roster before we watch this game. The Eagles have Lamar Jackson, Fred Warner, Isaiah Pacheco, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Greg Rousseau, Odunze, Kyle Pitts. Okay, this team's horrifying. Oh my God, that is a drafting masterclass. That is going to be a horrifying team for many years. I'm going to play the moments here, see if I can get us into the bowl. First ever NFC Championship for the Omaha Lumberjacks, and it comes in season 2. We got blessed, honestly, with a really solid fantasy drafted team. The sun is setting in Omaha. All right, 1st and 10. Our first moment is on defense. As we know, our defense, not nearly as star-studded as our offense. Gosh, the Eagles' offensive playbook paired with Isaiah Pacheco, Lamar Jackson is quite scary. Got Edgerrin Cooper on this corner route. Guess who? Dude, Van Ginkel. 14 sacks in the regular season. Who would have thunk? I like it. Dude, and you know what? Like, I'm talking down our defense. We got a lot of good role players. Like, Karamoa, Edgerrin Cooper, Kenny Moore not able to make that. Pacheco going crazy. I'm going to guess pass, and I'm going to fly. Oh, no. Let's get on the running back. He gets the pass out. Buda Baker can't get there. Brian Cook in coverage here. Oh, sir. Oh my God, I thought that was intercepted. It's not, it's caught for a touchdown. This Eagles team is not playing around. What a sick formation. That is A.J. Brown in the backfield. I know where I'm throwing this football. I'm going A.J. Brown, and I thought he'd get the big stiff arm off. He does get the first down, though. I can't forget to run the football. We've got a very solid offensive line and a superstar running back. Let's use him! As he's going to take an angle that's just too tough for Thomas. Gosh, you know how bad I want to just lob this ball to Antonio Brown.
I'm kind of retarded.
Oh, I didn't check my receiving stats on the season. My bad, boys. You know what? I'm going to go to the rookie. I'm going to go to Kramer. Dude, he looks so goofy. His player model just looks so goofy. He's number 84 out there, though. I respect that. You know, wide receivers nowadays, they don't rock the big numbers like Ocho Cinco and Megatron would do. I think we got to get back to that. We're going to go Travis Etienne here. Etienne. I believe it's Etienne. We're going to go empty, and I'm really hoping this is man because there's not a soul out there that can guard A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown against his former team. I get it off to Jawan Jennings. For only 2 yards, though. Looked like we were dead in the water right there, if I'm being honest. All right, let's go A.J. Brown on the drag. There he is. Easy, quick throw. 1st and goal. This is going to take a lot of clock off. I hate shoot clock in this game. It's so stupid. There is no time on this clock. We got to make a play, A.J. Caught! Chop! 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 Dude, look at Omaha. It's actually beautiful out here. All right, we're up by 7. It's 1st and 10. We got to make a stop. They have so many playmakers. This Philly team is gross. Kyle Pitts. Lamar Jackson. Jackson Smith-Njigba. Yeah, dude. I mean, look at how many weapons. Kyle Pitts, Pacheco, Lamar, and Njigba. Rome Odunze. And it's all it's Edgerrin Cooper to stop him. A huge hit, Edgerrin Cooper. 3rd inches. Is it a run? 3rd inches. It's not a run. It's a pass. And it's dropped. Oh my gosh, yeah, they got to go for it. I feel like they would run this football, no? I'm blitzing Cook, and I'm getting on Delpit. It is a run. And we're in there. Huge stop. Huge stop. Isaiah Pacheco can't get the inch. 1st and 10. The blitz gets home. Kenny Moore. I'm sending it again. I'm hopping on the boy. Running across. Little looping blitz. Great tackle. Dude, we're everywhere right now. Okay. Okay. Oh, my goodness. 4th and 13. This defense, Lumberjacks defense, showing up. One more stop. That's all she wrote. 4th and 13. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey! Good defense. Field goal to secure it, and the Lumberjacks are headed to the Super Bowl in only year 2. It's gonna be a long, long battle if we don't win this upcoming Super Bowl, because there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done. But remember, we traded away Mike Evans at the start of this season for a first, a second, and Chop Robinson. So I'm happy to extract a lot of value there. That puts us in a good position. I think getting a Super Bowl here would be awesome. Obviously, I'm not gonna end the video if we win this Super Bowl, because there's so much I want to do with this team, but it would be really cool to have an early Super Bowl and truly build a dynasty. I can't remember the last rebuild where I won like 3 Super Bowls in 6 years, anything like that. Usually takes me about 6 years to win 1. Oh my gosh, the Raiders again. Okay, this Raiders team has a 95 overall offense. What on earth did they do over there? Honestly, this goes to show just how important the high overall quarterbacks are. The Super Bowl last season was 99 Lamar versus 99 Mahomes. Now it's 99 Joe Burrow versus 99 Mahomes, sorry. They've got Mahomes, Bijan, Tunzel, Lindstrom. Oh my God, God tier O-line, and then 99 running back Bijan. Oh my God, this team's crazy. Denzel Ward won Super Bowl MVP. They got Tyler Smith, DJ Moore. They have the best O-line ever. Yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be a super tough game, but let's play ball. I'm not going to play any piece of this game. I'm just gonna watch. It wouldn't be fair. They're an 89 overall. We're an 87. It's our first time in the away unis. Let's go, Lumberjacks. All of Nebraska is watching. 10-17. We've got the football down 7 in the Super Bowl, and Joe Burrow's gonna take off for a lot. Tuck and run, Joe. All right, we can tie the game up right here. It's the third quarter, a minute 45. Joe Burrow 5 wide. He sees somebody wide open, check down. And that's a good 8 yards for, I think, Juwan Jennings. It is. 2nd and 2. Joe Burrow, unleash. Is that Dallas Goedert? It's gotta be. Dallas Goedert. The Omaha Lumberjacks just tied it up in the Super Bowl. Chris Boswell's just got to make this PAT. It's 17-17. Dude, I'm nervous. Ooh, the Raiders just scored a quick one. I didn't mean to sim through it. It's 24-17 in the Super Bowl. We've got the ball. We're playing, dude, we're playing from behind this whole game, though. We got to chop away at the lead. Sorry. Hey, there's been no turnovers, though. Joe Burrow's great with the football right now. Knock on wood, right? Ooh, Joe Burrow's got his X Factor activated. He's really cooking. We're an offensive team. We've got way better offensive players than defensive players, so we absolutely need to be able to score this football at will. We got to tie it up to give ourselves a chance here, and even then, we've got to stop the Raiders on defense just to send it to OT. That is, unless Coach Oliver Bush from Nebraska's got big titanium corn-filled nuts and decides to go for 2. I could see a Nebraska coach. No, I can't. Nebraska does not scream aggressive play calling. It screams that we're kicking a PAT here if we score this. 24-17, 2 timeouts left. Another 15-2 season, but this time we're in the bowl. ETN's gonna walk right into a linebacker. There's not a lot of clock left. I do like that, though. Joe Burrow, check down, but Goddard's going... That's not a first. 4th and 1. 20 seconds left. We're using the clock perfectly, I can say that. But can we get this yard? It's a pass. Oh my God, it's a pass. Joe Burrow, take off. Joe Burrow, he got it. Do you want it bad enough, Joe Burrow? 11 seconds left, 1 timeout remaining, 2 yards to go. Joe Burrow throws, caught. Oh my God. The Lumberjacks tie it up in the Super Bowl with 8 seconds left. Oh my God, Joe Burrow's ability is run and gun. So outside the pocket, he always throws a perfect pass. And that's exactly what he just did. I never thought while watching Sim, I would see an X Factor be that important. That's why you got to put X Factors on your players if you can. Oh my goodness. 23-24, a Chris Boswell PAT away. Now the Raiders did just ice us. I don't think it's going to matter. Chris Boswell's clutch as hell. He drills it. 24-24. We're going into overtime in the Super Bowl. Keep in mind, Madden's simulation logic for overtime is notoriously horrible. Like, I don't know how to describe it. They just don't know when they're able to just outright win the game. So what we need to do right here is score a touchdown. If we can just score a touchdown, none of that's going to matter. It's 3rd and 8, though. But Burrow does get it off to A.J. Brown. All right, 24-24, Joe Burrow. My God, horrifying pass. But luckily, it's caught by A.J. Brown. If you're wondering, my game style is on simulation. Simulation allows for a lot more crazy things to happen, a lot more penalties. I think it's a lot more fun viewing experience. That's why I feel like it's kind of going down out here. 3rd and 4. Big catch, Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings is a safety net in the playoffs. He has been for the Niners and Brock Purdy, and he's doing so right now for the Omaha Lumberjacks. 1st and 10. Let's get in the end zone, boys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was about to say, not a smart decision there by Joe Burrow to keep that thing and stick in that pocket. You got to get out of that and get rid of that football. But on 2nd and 20, we'll... Whoa. Bizarre animation. We're going to pick up 8 yards. I don't think we're in range. This is a really big play. 3rd and 12 in overtime, and we're going to go slip screen. And it's an amazing play call, except Trent Richardson's running the fucking football. That was some of the worst block reading I've ever seen. Luckily, we did put Boswell in range. It's a 48-yard field goal to go up by 3 in overtime. At least we put points on the board. I'm just going to be honest. Putting up only 3 against Mahomes in the Super Bowl in overtime. I think I've seen this script before. I don't like how this looks. 27-24. Mahomes flushed out! 2nd and 24. That's a huge stop. Raiders call it timeout. See, this is what I mean by the sim logic. I don't think it matters. If this overtime period ended, I think we still get an opportunity to win the game. They unloaded and... Oh, my God. Holy shit. I can't believe he just caught that off and caught it. So they just called another timeout. Once again, this is why I'm really confused. Because each team gets an opportunity with the football. It shouldn't matter, right? Or is the game going to end the game after this time expires? I don't know, but he catches that football. They're about to run out of a lot of clock here. Now 12, 11, 10. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I've never seen this scenario before in the Super Bowl. Caught, clock's ticking. Is the game over? It shouldn't be. No, it should still be going. It is. There are now 5 minutes and 15 seconds left on the OT clock, which... Oh, play action Mahomes. I don't like that. Mahomes with that much time in the pocket. He uncorks it deep. Oh, my God. We just lost the Super Bowl. We just lost the Super Bowl off of an absolute bomb from Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, man, we needed the touchdown. We needed that touchdown. Dude, I don't know who 87 is, but he just torched us. This Raiders team now back-to-back Super Bowls. They're going to be scary for a long time. 87 is a rookie. Larry Porter, 6'2" wide receiver out of Florida State. Dude, look at the game they robbed from my boys. A.J. Brown, 7 for 124 and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert had 2? Yeesh. Yeah, that's a squad. GG's to the Raiders. All right, gentlemen, coming off a Super Bowl loss, unfortunately. We've got round 1, pick 21, and round 1, pick 31. Mike Evans, let's see what you turned into. I really like how this outside linebacker looks. 6'3" speed rusher outside linebacker, Ty Bear. Kind of my Van Ginkel replacement. If Ty Bear and Chop Robinson both develop well, ooh, that's going to be scary. I like him. His physicals look really good, too. Elite Excel, great speed on a speed rusher. Just need hidden dev, and this will be an awesome pickup. Well, for an outside linebacker, that's really not that fast. 84 speed, 90 Excel, but he's kind of more like a right end, but he still does look really good. I like him. I actually really do like the O-line pickup here. Thad Dupree, elite strength, elite change of direction, and great speed on a guard. This is what the first round was made for, baby. Stud, hidden dev. You gotta love how that's elite change of direction. 59 out of 99. Although that's a real, dude, Ohio State right guard, 21 years old, 92 strength. Little O-line help, a little defense help. I mean, our team's ready to go. Then we also have a 2nd round pick in the Mike Evans trade, but that's not till next year's draft. With my 2nd round pick, I'm gonna kind of take a reach here. I think this might be a reach, we're gonna find out, but in elite speed, D-tackle. I don't know if there's any correlation here, but drafting an awesome D-tackle would be kind of crazy. He's a C, so he can't be that good. Hopefully hidden dev. Bingo. Dude, he's actually dude, he's so fast for a D-tackle. Clemson D-tackle with 81 speed, 80 Excel, 85 strength. Dylan Shepard. I like that. I like that pickup. Draft recap. This is our best draft yet, dude. Ty Bear's a 74, Thad Dupree's a 75, and Shepard's a 70. CPU picked up some mediocre players. Those are some pretty late picks too, so I'm really excited about that. And overall, this was an incredibly weak class, so all things considered, we did a very good job. The best player in the class, Darius Baber, round 1, pick 1, quarterback's a 78, so it's a very weak class. There's a 95 speed wide receiver, a 97 Excel wide receiver. Yeah, nothing crazy in this class. I love what we got. All right, let's take a look at this roster. Our defense overall is slowly going up, but our offense defense is actually getting a little bit lower. Dude, the backfield looks kind of crazy now. Dallas Goedert's up to a superstar. Congrats. I'm going to start Dupree, which also means I could move Meredith to left tackle. ETN's a superstar X Factor. So we got 3 superstar X Factors on offense now. That's really cool to see. Travis Etienne seriously progressing well. This is really good to see. So Christian Benford's up to a superstar. Edgerrin Cooper's up to a superstar. So we're kind of making some improvements on this defense just by playing. I think I need to move Ty Bear to a right end, though. He's kind of more of a right end anyway. Let's see what his overall is at right end. Ty Bear's the exact same overall at right end. So now we have Ty Bear, Dylan Shepard, Sam Hubbard with Koromoa, Edgerrin Cooper, Chop Robinson. Then I can move Van Ginkel to MLB 2 probably. Another season, another playoff run. We're 13-4. Team progressed really well. We get the Chicago Bears in the wild card. Let's take a look at stats. Doesn't look like we're the top in any category. Dude, I swear, I think the Raiders are just setting up a dynasty on us. I'm really scared that the Raiders are gonna like block us from everything. Joe Burrow has another awesome season, 39-3. ETN puts up bonkers numbers again. AJ Brown and Juwan Jennings do most of the workload here for my wide receivers. Dallas Goedert punches in some, and Jamar Kramer doing okay. Defensively, Edgerrin Cooper is taking, dude, he's playing so good. And Karamoa, 7.5 sacks. 8.5 out of Ty Bear? Out of the Rook? Wait a minute. Ty Bear could win Defensive Rookie of the Year with this. Maybe. We'll have to see. Chop Robinson had 3.5 an interception. Yo, he has not progressed the way I was hoping so far. Hopefully we can get him a little bit more involved. 5 interceptions out of Edgerrin Cooper is crazy. This guy's going for X Factor. Darrell Baker has 4 interceptions. Delpit 2, Benford 2, Bradbury 2, Moore 1. Wan'Dale Robinson leads the league in receiving yards, so what are we smoking? Like, seriously, what the fuck are we smoking right now? All right, at least Justin Jefferson's in the top 5. Lead rusher, big shocker, Bijan Robinson, although Josh Jacobs had 24 touchdowns. Jeez. What about passing? It was Bryce Young once again, followed by Lamar, Richardson, Hurts, and Bryce Hall. Okay. Oh my God, we just fucking whomped on the Bears. 41-0 against the Bears. Can we get past the Bucks in the division? Oh my God, we killed them. 41-0? Ah, we lost to the Buccaneers, 27-21. Dude, I feel like the thing we're missing is like a very serious defensive superstar. I think we make a trade this time around. Let's check out free agency, see if we can sign a defensive powerhouse. If not, I'm looking to make a trade right now because this team has already been ready for playoff success. I just think our defense should be a little bit better. We've had a 15-2, 15-2, and 13-4 season. The Omaha Lumberjacks are crazy. All right, free agency, what do you got for me? Well, professional woman respecter Harrison Butker, you could never turn that up. I'm gonna give you a 2-year deal, but I expect that you get your ass in the kitchen and start kicking some footballs while I go out and do all the real man jobs. Ronnie Stanley is available. I actually am going to sign him. This is a pretty expensive signing. I'll see if I can get him for 2 years. But our team is so ready right now to win games. Let's load up. I mean, we have to compete with that Raiders team. That Raiders team is so stacked. So we got to take everything we can get. Ton of punters, kickers available. Nakobe Dean's available. I don't think I really need him. I don't think there's anything else that's worth picking up here. But if we can get both those guys to sign, Ronnie Stanley is a Lumberjack. Harrison Butker is a Lumberjack. Awesome free agency. Now I'm going to utilize our picks and make a trade. And what I actually think I want is a D tackle. I think I want a freak show D tackle. Sexy Dexy Lawrence is a 99 overall superstar X Factor with 3 years left on his deal, but he's 29 years old. So this is basically like, we need to win this Super Bowl in the next 3 years. What do we give up for him? We did just get Dylan Shepard though, who's kind of going to start progressing. No, I'm not going to do this. I think I need to go with like a safety. Oh, talk to me. Xavier McKinney. Oh, he's only got 1 year on his deal. I don't like that. He's going to want to bag after this year. I think I still want to do this though. Oh, I got Delpit. What do I even need? Matt, what do you need? Like, seriously. I need to replace Sam Hubbard. Now you're talking. Okay, the good thing about Will Anderson, so he's only got a year left. He's 25. He's a 93 overall, but he doesn't have an ability yet, which significantly lowers his trade value, meaning this shouldn't actually cost that much. I have 2 first-round picks. That's actually pretty close. A first and a second rounder for Will Anderson Jr. Mike Evans became Chop Robinson, Will Anderson Jr., and Bobby Hayward. I don't hate how that sounds. Okay, we traded our first and we traded our additional second, so our first pick will be our own pick in the second round. It's pick 60. Dude, there's been a lot of really good tight ends in these draft classes. It's making me want to pick one up. Honestly, this kid looks so good. Steven Griffin. I got to take him. I'm going to do it. My only pick of this draft class. It's going to be Steve Griffin, tight end. I have not been drafting high overall players. I haven't gotten a grade better than a B, but he is a hidden depth tight end with 82 speed, 89 excel, great strength. Really all around very good stats. Little draft recap action. Okay, Griffin was a 74. That was an excellent pickup late in the second. Everything else looks pretty mediocre. Take a look at the whole league. Did I miss out on a really good class? Well, okay, the Jaguars have been drafting excellently. They got the last 2 best players in the class, but they suck, so I guess that makes sense. They're getting high picks. Not a ton of talent in here. All right, we got a pretty different looking roster in this next season, so let's take a look. All right, for the first time in this entire rebuild, we finally have gotten our defense up to a very solid overall. Bobby Hayward's now in that free safety spot. Delpit has progressed well, but as you can see, Van Ginkel starting to really regress. We do have 2 awesome edge rushers now, Ty Bear, Will Anderson, and then Shepard, that D tackle we just drafted, looking good. So the only spot that I'm really frustrated about now is just our outside linebacker. Really frustrated is an exaggeration. Van Ginkel's been great, but that's something we got to focus on in free agency or the draft upcoming. But dude, look at Edgerrin Cooper. He has progressed so well. This was the only rookie that our fantasy draft gave us, and look at how much work he's been doing. A 91 overall pass coverage linebacker. Super well-rounded stats, very fast for a middle linebacker. If I can get that block shedding up, this kid's gonna be just one of the best in the league. Offensive line, the pickup of Sam Cosmi was really good because the backup's a 70, right? So we've got Cosmi, Dupree, who we drafted, Patterson, McGlinchey, and Stanley. This is a really good O-line. The depth for Goddard is nice because see, he is starting to regress. Etienne and AJ Brown look incredible. Juwan Jennings is still putting in work. And Kramer's just okay. He's an 80 overall, but he's also wide receiver 3, so you don't expect that much out of him. Ooh, actually kind of a rocky start. This is our rockiest start ever, in fact. 4-3 at midseason, which by all accounts is not a rocky start. We're winning more games than we're losing, but for this team that's had so much success, taking on the 3-3 Buccaneers who have a 92 offense. I'm gonna play the moments here. Buccaneers' top 3 players are Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and Quentin Nelson. They went with the Rams core. I like it. Edgerrin Cooper is getting the highlight here. 43 tackles, a sack, and an interception so far on the season. It's a Sunday night primetime game, and early on, I'm coming in on defense, but I just gotta say, take a look at this defense. Compared to what we started this rebuild with, I've got abilities out there. I've got a lot of abilities out there. And you're lying. There's no way he just caught that football. That doesn't even make sense. That's crazy. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This looks like a run play. Edgerrin Cooper, we need you to shoot a gap, son. It is a run play, and Edgerrin Cooper just sat Kyron Williams down. Dude, I love Edgerrin Cooper. Look at that. Will Anderson, Ty Bear, Koromoa, and Cooper still in here. And that time, it's going to be intercepted, Bobby Hayward. That offensive lineman is moving fast, but Bobby Hayward with a huge play right there. Bobby Hayward turning out to be a really good draft pick. And we've got ourselves a red zone alert. Now, offense, I'm not going to lie, offense doesn't look too different. Although I don't see Etienne. Where on earth is Etienne? I'm going to step up here with Joe Burrow. Wait a minute. Get down to the 1. Where on earth is Etienne, gentlemen? Gonna hand this ball off on an RPO to Britton. That's Travis Etienne. That's a touchdown. 2nd and goal without our star running back is a little scary. Now 3rd and goal from the 1. We still should be able to hammer this up the middle. We got a great offensive line. I'm gonna hand this off the middle one more time to Bowie. Gosh, I don't even hardly know who our backup is. Those are not the best blocks, but he's gonna fight his way in. Nice work. All right, let's send a few blitzers, yeah? Come on, Edgerrin Cooper here, 2nd and goal. That is Jordan Love at quarterback. He's going to take the check down. I can't believe he still caught that. We're going to go one more blitz here. I'm on the running back, 3rd and goal. Motions out Kyron Williams. Quick throw to the tight end. We just got lost. I don't know who's supposed to be on him. Dude, I can't believe Etienne's hurt. Etienne, whatever. Cry about it. Ooh, that's a wide open Steve Griffin. The rookie tight end just came up with a big catch. Now we're looking at 1st and goal at the top of the 4th quarter to tie this game up. Dude, this is a tough season. All right, 1st and goal. I'm gonna roll out here with Joe Burrow. That should be an easy touchdown for the rook. Steve Griffin out of Miami. You're a long way from Miami, Steve Griffin. I'll tell you that. Nebraska just doesn't have the... Nebraska has better nightlife, actually. A lot of people from Miami are sick of sick of no attractive girls, sick of nowhere to go out, so they go to Omaha, Nebraska, where they can really meet some talent. I'm so fucking stupid. Bradford! Keep going, big man! Oh my God, you're slow! He made it happen! He made it happen! Sir, yes, sir. Lumberjacks, close it out. Joe Burrow. Dude, Joe Burrow, so close, yet so far. We have had so much success, but no Super Bowls to show for it. It almost doesn't matter how much, regular season and postseason success we're having unless you win the Super Bowl. I feel like we gotten past the wild card every time, got an NFC championship. That win right there takes us to 5-3. I gotta check on the status of ETN. No. Okay, wait a minute. No, we're all right. Travis Etienne with a partial MCL tear. He's out for 1 more week. That's fine. That's fine. 1 more week, we'll survive. No wonder it's been so difficult, though. We're without our star running back. I mean, that's pretty important. Sitting at 5-3, I'm gonna sim us up to the playoffs. I just hope we can make it. I wouldn't hate, a 9-8 season. We squeak into the playoffs. I think our roster's talented enough to where we can win big playoff games. We just got to make the playoffs. This would be a big bummer. If we go 8-9, I'd be so sad. What do you think, Belobius? What do you think, Tito? I felt like bringing out the GOATs. I don't know why. I just did, free will and all. Yes, sir. 12-5 season. Another awesome season. Started off a little slow, but once Travis Etienne came back, sounds like we started to really cook once again. 3rd in the league in offensive points per game. 9th in the league in passing yards, but not so great everywhere else. Statistically, Edgerrin Cooper almost led the league, and dude, Edgerrin Cooper is gearing up to be literally the best middle linebacker in this league. Joe Burrow, a very off season for him. I'm used to him having much better seasons. Anthony Westbrook looks like he got a few reps. Excited for him. On the ground, yeah, I mean, he was out for a lot of that season, but when he came back, he played well. AJ Brown, Juwan Jennings still doing their thing. AJ Brown consistently putting up bonkers numbers, dude. 1,214. Defensively, here's where I'm really interested. So 126 tackles out of the boy Edgerrin Cooper. Look at the sacks. Oh, I love it. This is exactly what we needed, bro. This is exactly what we needed. 14 out of Ty Bear, 14 out of Will Anderson. Hopefully that's enough to get Will Anderson superstar. That will have been an amazing trade we made, especially because Will Anderson's like a 95 overall. He's such a high overall. All right, let's see if we can get out of the wild card once again. This would take us to the divisional. Another easy wild card win, 28-7. This time we're taking on the San Fran 49ers. If we make the NFC Championship again, I'll play the moments. This is where we lost last season, 28-21. Oh my God, it's the Eagles again? It's the Eagles again for the NFC Championship. Please tell me the Raiders are not on the other side of this bracket. What do you know? This is the craziest dynasty I've seen. I mean, these guys are unbeatable. Hold up, let me look at league history. I haven't checked this out yet. Okay, so in 2024, the first year, Raiders won the Super Bowl. 2025, Raiders won the Super Bowl against us. 2026, Raiders won the Super Bowl against the Eagles again. But the defensive rookie of the year was Ty Bear. Congratulations, Ty Bear. That's crazy, dude. They literally have three-peated. They're not even doing a rebuild. They're not making the YouTube video. I'm making the YouTube video. Whatever. They didn't relocate to Omaha, Nebraska either. I'm going to play the moments here against this. We know this Eagles roster. Lamar, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Fred Warner. The way I see this is the warm-up for the absolute gauntlet that is the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, we live in a timeline where the Las Vegas Raiders are the most horrifying team you could play. What on earth am I running? Whoa, that was a double pass? That was sick. I don't even know what I just did, but I loved it. 2nd and 2, a little play action. Oh, is that post there? It's not! It's not at all there! Damn, Joey Porter is going to come down with it. Not the way to start. Luckily, my offense got right back in range. It's 3rd and 3, down 7 after a bad interception by me. Tried to take a shot, but this time Dallas Goedert's wide open, a downfield block. And the Lumberjacks are right back in the end zone. 1st and 10. What do we got? Ooh, Kramer. Barely able to come down with it, but he does. Hoping we can get back to a little man coverage. I think we could torch some man coverage here. There's Kramer. There's the youngster. Big catch. He's out of bounds at the 10. Joe Burrow's got run and gun activated. We saw how good that was in the Super Bowl. It still wasn't enough, unfortunately. It's nice to have ETN back, and definitely say that. What do you think about A.J. Brown here? You manned up? Don't man up A.J. Brown now. Come on, you guys are the Philadelphia Eagles. You should know that. Lumberjacks put up 7 without me, and it looks like they kind of have a command on this game. That's all she wrote. 21-7. Starting this game off with an interception. Eagles score. Since then, they can't get a single thing. That's the revamped defense that we were looking for. A big NFC Championship win. It doesn't even matter. It's going to be the Raiders. It's not going to be the Bills. The Raiders are taking on the the 3 seed Bills on the other side of this bracket, but there's just no way. Was there any other option? I mean, seriously, this is the 4th straight season that the Las Vegas Raiders are in the Super Bowl. I think we'd have 3 Super Bowls by now if they didn't exist in this simulation. But you know what? This year's the year. 6:30 Super Bowl in Miami. We have the defensive advantage. They have a severe offensive advantage, but our overalls are pretty close. Dude, this team is crazy. 99 Bijan, 96 Mahomes, 92 Thibodeau. Wait a minute, they're regressing a little bit. That Mahomes has regressed. Yeah, that Bijan is scary. 1,690 rushing yards on the season. Dude, you know this is like the most hated team in America in this simulation. A Patrick Mahomes 3-peat Raiders team trying to go for the 4-peat. Everyone is so sick of this Raiders team. Joe Burrow and the Lumberjacks. Patrick Mahomes and the Las Vegas Raiders. In all my time simulating Madden, I've never seen a dynasty like this Raiders team. From day one, a Super Bowl. They run it back, another one. They run it back, another one. They are now headed into their 4th Super Bowl appearance in 4 years, and they're undefeated, trying to win an NFL history 4th Super Bowl in a row after breaking history last season with their 3rd. But that's what the Lumberjacks do. They chop and they chop and they chop. Omaha, Nebraska versus Las Vegas. Polar opposite cities going at it in Miami. I want this one bad. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, this Super Bowl is getting wild. It is 10-7. It is Lumberjack football. If we can put in a touchdown right here, right now, it's a 2-possession lead as we go halfback counter to Travis Etienne, who gets himself down to 3rd and 1. I'm so glad we have him. It was crazy how stagnant our offense was without him. He's really an electric playmaker. 3rd and 1, Burrow gets it off to A.J. Brown, who's going to take this down to the 50. Both these defenses have come up big. When you think of the Raiders and the Lumberjacks in this sim, high-powered, crazy offenses. But that's not what this Super Bowl's been. It's been all defense. Got Dallas Goedert and Travis Etienne in the backfield. Etienne's going to go for 5. 5 wide once again. Coach Oliver Bush is not taking his foot off the gas as he whips in another one to A.J. Brown. That's 3rd and 1. The clock is moving. So are the Lumberjacks. I can smell this win. We just got to put a cap on it. Tell me this is a handoff. It's not. Joe Burrow throws, caught. Easy catch. A nice little check down. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the Super Bowl. Lumberjacks up 3. And I'm thinking this will be a handoff to Etienne. No, another dude. All passes today. Joe Burrow's flushed out and sacked. Jordan Davis gets home. What are we doing? That's one of the last things you can let happen there. 2-minute warning does come up. Still up by 3 points, but we are not in scoring range. We're going to have to start taking some shots here. Although, interestingly, this very much looks like a pass. On 2nd and 24, up by 3. We're going to motion a tight end over. It's not a pass. Joe Burrow, a clean pocket, unloads deep. Caught! Oh my goodness, he came down with it. I think that was Dallas Goedert. I couldn't quite see who caught that, but that was the catch of the game. 3rd and 3, one more time. Joe Burrow! Kayvon Thibodeau with bricks for hands just dropped potentially a game-winning Super Bowl pick 6. And we're gonna trot out here professional woman respecter Harrison Butker. Drills 3s and puts women in their place. 13-7. Oh my goodness. Las Vegas should have 6 right now. 6 more points. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be so frustrated if the Raiders don't win this game. But I'm getting deja vu because I remember this same scenario in the last Super Bowl we were in. Patrick Mahomes with not a lot of time, down by a touchdown, and he threw a huge bomb on us. Right here, he's going to take a check down that's going to go for a good 12. This time, though, a field goal does not tie it up. It's got to be a touchdown for Las Vegas here, and we got to get home on Mahomes. We don't. 2nd and 4. We need some pressure, gentlemen. Oh, bad ball Mahomes. Kenny Moore's all over it. Bad ball Mahomes. We're looking at a 3rd and 4. Ty Bear, I need you to get home. I need you right now, buddy. Ty Bear up the middle. No. K-Dot, yes. Down he goes. Another Raiders timeout. If we can just get a sack, we're going to put them in a clock deficit. That's what we need. We need them to be in a scary spot with, oh, right up the middle. Almost intercepted, but they got the pass off. Dude, I want this so bad. 2nd and 10. Here we go. I'm so sick of this Raiders dynasty. 13-7. Mahomes, clean pocket, unloads to a wide open wide receiver. It's the same wide receiver who had the OT touchdown, Larry Porter, I believe, number 87. Lost fit. Dude, we cannot get pressure. We can't get home on him. We had great pressure all season long between Will Anderson and Ty Bear. But here in the Super Bowl, Mahomes got the cleanest pocket. 36 seconds, no timeouts left. What do you got, Ty? What do you got, Ty? Ty Bear! 18 seconds runs off. This might be the last play of the Super Bowl. 8, 7, 6, 5, sacked again! And that's ball game! Oh my goodness! And Nebraska is Super Bowl champions! The Omaha Lumberjacks, it looked like Mahomes was gonna do a classic. A classic Mahomes drive for their 4th straight Super Bowl. But Ty Bear gets home, milks 35 seconds, and they run out of clock. 13-7. Who's the Super Bowl MVP? Oh my goodness, Roger Goodell handing out the trophy to Coach Oliver Bush. We finally toppled the dynasty. Finally. I never thought when we drafted Ty Bear that he was going to be this good. It was kind of like a, you know what, let's get who we can get here. And he ended up being incredible. I don't know who's going to get Super Bowl MVP. This wasn't a spectacularly good game from anybody. Joe Burrow has 130 yards and a touchdown. That's not Super Bowl MVP stats. Bijan was incredible. Etienne was okay, 5 for 28. AJ Brown, 6 for 68 and a touchdown, maybe him. Although defensively, who really stepped up? A sack and a half out of Dylan Shepard. It really could go to anybody, but I have to imagine it's going to go to Joe Burrow, just out of quarterback bias. But oh, that feels so good, gentlemen. Great work. Definitely one of our most successful rebuilds. Certainly helps that we got round 1, pick 2 in that fantasy draft. Like, that just, like, having Joe Burrow this entire time obviously made things so much easier, but never had a losing season. We finally do win this Super Bowl here. Let's go to free agency. We got to continue to keep this team as an absolute contender. I think the most impressive thing out of all this, we've never once been in cap trouble. I mean, we've consistently had some of the most salary cap out of any team in the league, partially because we haven't been offering like huge free agency deals. Also, the top 4 guys in free agency don't have interest in the Super Bowl champs. Okay. Joe Tooney would play for us. I want to re-sign Kenny Moore. He was going to try and walk here in free agency, but I want to re-sign him. He's been really good. I've really liked having him on this team. A very old Vita Vea's in here. Wow, not a lot of talent in free agency. That's just kind of how fantasy drafts go. Players get held onto a lot differently than a standard league. Super Bowl MVP goes to AJ Brown. Okay, so if you have a not so spectacular quarterback game in the Super Bowl, they will give it to your wide receiver if he played pretty well. 6 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown. 7 catches, 66 yards, something like that. I don't like all the 6s I just said. That's bad luck. I don't like that. All right, coming off a Super Bowl win, if we can draft like a stud hidden dev at the end of this first round, dude, I'm going to feel really good about this team moving forward. We still don't need to draft a quarterback. We could. I need to get a left outside linebacker because I got to replace Van Ginkel. And, oh, look at this. Oh, my God. It's so perfect. End of the first round, Emmett Holt. Elite speed, elite acceleration. On a speed rusher, 6'4", 245 out of A&M. You are an Omaha Lumberjack, son. And you have to be hidden dev with that kind of stat line. Might be one of our best draft picks yet. 86 speed, 91 excel, monster outside linebacker. Remember, though, Ty Bear, I drafted him as an outside linebacker, and we moved his position. And now he, you know, made one of the biggest plays in our Super Bowl. So, always an option. See a little draft recap here. Emmett Holt has to be good, dude. 76 overall. That's the best player I've drafted. It's the highest overall player I've drafted. Computer went whiff for whiff 6 times. Impressive. Best player in the class was a 78 overall. So we got one of the top players in the class with a round 1 pick 32. Very exciting. Dude, also winning the Super Bowl, we likely got some really good depth trade upgrades. So let's take a look at our 2028-2029 roster. Ooh, whoa. Actually, wow, what a good Super Bowl to win. This is quite the regressions I'm seeing. Travis Etienne loses 2 dev traits in 1 season and like 6 overalls. AJ Brown, same thing. Wide receivers are looking a lot more shallow. Goddard's officially washed. Griffin does step in. The offensive line is still really solid, so we did do a good job there. Defensively, Edgerrin Cooper is a superstar X Factor. Holt looks awesome. Koromoa is still really good. It's kind of funny, we flipped. I now have a great developing defense, and my offense is going to need the overhaul. We already won the Super Bowl, so I'm very excited about that. Yeah, Bear, Cooper, Holt. That is so funny. We completely flipped. Look at Edgerrin Cooper, dude. Edgerrin Cooper's disgusting. He's the second best middle linebacker in the game, probably only behind Fred Warner, if I had to guess. All right, gentlemen, season after the Super Bowl. Let's send this all the way up to the playoffs. See how this team does. Ooh, it's our worst record so far at 10-7. Will Anderson with the second most sacks in the league, coming in at 19. Joe Burrow, second most passing yards in the league. But we're 10-7. Can we get through the wild card? Can we get through? I feel like we're always playing Tampa Bay in this wild card. 20-13 loss to the Buccaneers, so we're not gonna run it back. What are the odds, dude? If I send them in the Super Bowl and it's the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm gonna cry. They just can't, like, what? How are they that good? And they're on Raiders playbook with Raiders defense, but they didn't make it. In fact, it's totally different for the first time. It's San Fran Niners versus the Bengals. Let's see who takes it home. And for the first time in the entire sim, it's a different Super Bowl, and this time the Niners get the win. MVP, Garrison Scarborough. Bryce Young wins MVP. All right, gentlemen, here is our final Lumberjacks roster. Joe Burrow, our best player, as he has been the entire time. Next up is Will Anderson. Huge trade for him. Very good call. Third is the only rookie we got out of the fantasy draft. That's Edgerrin Cooper. Christian Benford, who ended up having so many interceptions. I didn't expect him to just be a standout, but he was. Sam Cosmi getting a depth trade upgrade as an offensive lineman. Very difficult to do. Ty Bear drafted. A.J. Brown from the fantasy draft. Koromoa fantasy draft. Bobby Hayward from the NFL draft. Kramer, Thad Dupree, Steven Griffin, Harrison Butker, Grant Delpit. We were definitely carried by Joe Burrow. I'm not used to having just this monster standout 99 overall quarterback. I'm used to like developing a bunch of guys into 99s, but this was a lot more fun. All right, boys. The Lumberjacks have chopped their final tree. I hope you guys enjoyed this rebuild. It was so much fun. I've got a few more states to bring an NFL program, so don't worry, I got you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.